Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-352-1609. That's 1-800-352-1609.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement, and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method, and to get your free report, go to 52security.com. That's the number 52security.com. 52security.com. Go to 52security.com.
Hurt or injured in a car accident? It can be hard to take the proper legal action after a car accident, but waiting can cost you more. The law requires car accident victims to assert claims promptly. You could lose out by simply waiting. Call 800-709-4667 right now to see what your claim could be worth when handled by a skilled attorney. With a lawyer fighting and speaking up for you, you could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month, and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
The Rod Eccles Show.
CNSnews.com says Bonnier earlier today won't say if the GOP House will defund Planned Parenthood or not. So it appears that there might be some Republicans who also like the idea of Margaret Sanger and controlling certain parts of our population. And that's all it is, folks. I know some people may not like to hear that said, but that is the absolute truth. Because if it wasn't out there to control certain portions of our population, whether it be poor white people or black people or Latino people or Asian people. By the way, you don't see Asians going into abortion centers quite very often. It just doesn't happen. And quite frankly, the numbers are showing that Latinos are doing it less often. Now, the only two major groups that seem to be on the rise of utilizing abortion are whites and blacks. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to wipe each other out before before people are even born. It'll be a world of Asians and Latinos, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, get back to our caller at 312. Now you had something to say just before we had to go to the hard break.
Yes, because I felt like what you said just a second ago, and I didn't mean to be rude just a millisecond ago, because I'm still a little heated about what you just said. You said that Angelina Jolie goes to Africa and she gets a child every year. She only has one African child.
No. I said every other year, and she goes and gets a child of the every other year club. Look. Yeah, I was being a little facetious on that, but there was a point in time when it was very, I don't know, like an accessory. It seemed like all these single and recently wed Hollywood mothers were taking jaunts over to Korea and to Africa to adopt little tan skin or yellow skin babies. It was like the accessory of the month club or something like that. And I'm not the only one who said. A lot of people said that.
How are you a pro-life advocate, but you basically you personify these children as accessories.
I believe
when they're adopted overseas, they're accessories. But when they're adopted here, who are they? What are they?
Because you have Hollywood who is out there screaming it's a woman's choice when they could find and have these babies here and adopt American kids. But oh no, we would rather treat our American babies as garbage or being mined for their body parts.
That's one thing I agree with you on. I don't think of any child as garbage, not even no child. I don't care where they are. However, what I have a problem is there are women who would go and get an abortion before they have the child and put them through the system, because there are a lot of people who are just really, really picky. They're so picky, they want the child to look like this, they want the child to act like this, they want the child to have a whole lot of DNA patterns.
There are shallow people.
And it's picky and selfish.
Yes,
so,
there are shallow. Look, let me tell you something. There was a time up in New York State, and this was out of Rochester back in the 90s. And I got to tell you, before I started the show, I was on the Tom Leykis show out of Boston, Massachusetts. They had a woman who was involved in, the government and adoptions and things like that, and handling adoption cases out of Rochester, New York. She was also on the Tom Leykis show. She was out there advocating that black babies should not be adopted by white people. Now, don't sit there and tell me that there are people that are picky when you have people in the government who are advocating that these children sit and languish when there are other people out there, be they white, Asian, or whatever, that want to give these children. I don't know if you have a problem
with me personally, but that's not what I'm on.
I have no idea what your history is. I'm just telling you what happened on this particular day in this particular program where we have, and you're saying that people are picky. I am not denying that we have some picky people.
I'm including those people.
However, we have people out there that are not that picky. picky, and they want to adopt children no matter who they are, but they cannot get them here. And so you have people like Angelina Jolie who could go through the whole process of getting them here, showing people the way, we'll just skip across the ocean and get them from over there and let the kids here in orphanages languish. And then we'll also and because parents then see, or women then see, well, geez, these kids aren't being adopted here, so my best bet is probably not to let the kid be born so it doesn't go through all this anguish. It's one problem compounding another problem.
Okay, so are you angry with Hollywood for going overseas and choosing other kids, or are you angry with women making the decision not to take their kids through the
decision has become so callous that we can actually view kids as not being children or babies, but being a lump of flesh that can be crushed on top or crushed below and have their organs harvested. And we have a bunch of people, black and white, defending the practice.
Okay, listen, I'm not defending the practice at all. I never said I did. I think you're very angry. I think a lot of people when we have this discussion and we have this debate, a lot of people are waiting to they wish they could actually talk to the people that are doing these things. And when the person actually comes online or is on the phone, that's when all of the anger comes out, as if that's how they feel. That's not how I feel. I think it's deplorable that that anybody representing any company, like Planned Parenthood, for example, anybody could sit there, have this woman have an abortion, or give the service to her because she asked for it. They didn't come looking for her. She asked for it. But then take the baby's parts and sell them as though they're nothing. I think that is deplorable. I think that is horrible. And I think that is I can't even figure out more words to use for that. I don't have any respect for people who do that. I feel like your job ended when that person asked for that abortion. It's not your job to sell that baby's parts off for profit at that point in time, because that means that you are not doing that for her, and you are not doing it for the betterment of the child not being here. You don't care. You don't care. So I want to.
I don't see there's a betterment of that child not being here. Do you realize the millions of children all across the planet that have been not born because of abortion proceedings, not just in this country, but in other countries that allow it as well? We're talking millions of people, and possibly, yes, there's that old saying, maybe one of those children could have had in their head the cure for certain kinds of
United
cancer.
States, but you know how they feel about little black boys being president of the United States. So, especially if they're liberal. But in China, and I'm not sure if the practice is still done,
the one child
they
only
abort.
rule.
They abort girls.
Girls, I know, that's deplorable too. The whole point is that
so with
that people that we have governments and we have certain people like people of Planned Parenthood that view life as that being that cheap. And if you keep saying that they didn't go, they chose to go in there. No, they didn't. It's just like when you when you go into Hollister. You're saying that, or you go into Abercrombie & Fitch, or you go into Sears, you're saying, well, they didn't come after you. No, it's called marketing. They did. They planted the seed in your head, so when you wanted something, a particular product or service, the first or second thought in your mind says, oh, I got to go to the mall. So when a person decides,
very
well, geez, what
uninformative.
am I going to do? What am I going to do with this unwanted child growing within me? Because of the marketing that has been out there, the first thing, and this has been proven, the first thing that often comes to most women's minds is adoption, abortion, not adoption, not prevention. No other alternative whatsoever. Their first choice is to find an abortion clinic. So don't tell me that they're not going after you. It's called marketing and advertising because they put it in your head.
Sweetheart, don't go after me because my situation is not like other women's situations. There might be similar.
What would you do? Now you're saying that I'm being angry. No, I'm not angry. I'm just passionate about people's lives. If you did not have the option from Roe v. Wade of 72-73, what would you do? Are you going to go into a back alley and let some dirty doctor with a coat hanger take care of you?
Or are you going to look for adoption? I wasn't born until 74. So, look, if that was a case, my case was not that. I don't think that I would have chosen to have an abortion if I was not going through what I was going through. So with that said, in 72, 73 before I was born, would I have made that decision? No, because it really would depend on my situation. I had preeclampsia, and I had three children